And I'm going to go to Word. My computer screen's a little different from yours, but that's okay. You know how to find Word on yours. So I'm going to open a blank document. And one of the things I want to remind everybody, there's a couple of different fonts that you're allowed to use in my class. You can use Calibri. You can use Times New Roman, which is down here in the bottom in alphabetical order, and this is Times New Roman, or you can use Arial. So since this is in alphabetical order, Arial is up at the top. I'm going to leave mine on Calibri, size 12. Always, always, always put your name in the header. So I'm going to double click on the header, type my name, and then double click in the body to start typing. Now today's assignment is going to be centered horizontally and vertically. So to center it this way, I'm going to go up here in the paragraph and I'm going to click on the little center button and see how my cursor moved to the middle. To center it up and down, I'm going to go to the page layout tab. Right here where it says page setup, there's a little box in the corner. It's called a dialog box. If I click on this, I go to the layout tab and I go right here and click center. Okay, press OK, and now my cursor's in the middle of the page. So what's going to happen as I type, everything is going to start from the center and move out, and it's going to center itself in the middle of the page. So your finished product is not going to look like this page. It's going to look like it's right in the middle of the page. Okay, all right, so the first thing says you are cordially invited to a membership brunch. Unless they tell you otherwise, it's a size 12. So I'm just going to start typing. You'll notice that it's in bold. So I have to go back to my home tab up here and click on bold. And I type you are cordially invited to a. I'm going to hit the return key or enter key, membership brunch. Now, keep in mind, if they've got an initial cap, you need an initial cap. If they've got lowercase, you need lowercase. To get that space between now and sponsored by, I'm going to hit the enter key one time. Now, notice the arrow says size 14 italics. Now I'm going to go up and change it to size 14. I'm going to take the bold off, and I'm going to put the italics on. Hopefully you can see the arrows here. All right, so type sponsored by, hit the enter key twice. When I want a little space there, I hit the enter key twice. And now for Future Business Leaders of America, it tells me it's size 16, so I got to change it to size 16. I'm going to take the italic off, and I'm going to put the bold on. So it's not telling you everything. Some of it you have to look at and figure it out. All right, so Future Business Leaders. And one question I get every year, no, this is not a real event. It just happens to be an October date on this. Hit the enter key twice. Again, we're going back to size 14. We're going to take the bold off and put the italic on. Did anyone notice up here that this S capitalized? If you look at your key, that's supposed to be a lowercase. So what I'm going to do is put my cursor right here between the S and the P, backspace, and retype that, and now it's a lowercase s. Did anyone notice that before I said anything? Okay. Now, even though you got a blue line, it's okay because this is not a letter. This is an invitation, so it's done a little bit differently. Okay, so on Friday, comma, space, October 31. Does anyone see what's wrong with this line? What happens in Word is Word automatically capitalizes the first letter of each sentence. So if you don't want to capitalize, you have to insert, backspace, and retype it to get that capital letter to go away. Hit the enter one time at 10 a, whoops. All right, press enter in room 113 on the vocational hall. Okay, red squiggly line means that I have spelled something wrong. So if you click on it and right click, it gives you an option. And if this is how you want it spelled, then that's what you click on and it'll correct it for you. So be mindful of these. Today I'm not worried about the blue lines because it's going to give you a few of those. But if you get a red line, take the time to correct it because there's not a lot to correct on this one. And I do have to mark off for little things like capital letters and misspelled words, okay? Hit the enter key twice. Free to all students is not italicized, so I take that off and I type free. Good grief, I can't type tonight. Twice, and then please respond by October 29 to Cindy Lou Williams in room 112, period. On this line 2, you need to make sure that's lowercase. So there's 3 or 4 places on here where Word is going to try to capitalize the letter for you. You need to watch this because if it's not capitalized on here, you should not be capitalizing it there. Now, when you are done, you're going to put a box around this. So to do that, I'm going to highlight everything that I want in the box. And you usually have to start either at the beginning or the end. You can't start in the middle. Once it's highlighted, and they've changed things up on me. Hold on just a second, we'll find it. That's my cat screaming in the background there. Okay, this is interesting. I'm teaching and I can't find it. I'm going to have to do this. Okay, here we go. In the design, see where it says page borders? If you click on page borders, these little tabs do different things. You want the first border, that's a paragraph border. You just click on a box and say okay, and there's your border. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. If you wanted to, you could click on borders again and come down here to 3D. You can scroll down here and pick any design. You can pick a color, even though you're printing in black and white, and you can say okay. And there's your border. That's all you have to do. You're going to save it as invitation. So I say File, Save As, find my folder. For me, I'm just going to say invitation because I don't have a CSA1 folder in my mind, but you can just save it as invitation. Then you hit the arrow to go back. You are going to save this, close it, and upload it to Google Classroom. Okay? Thank you for the comments asking how I'm doing. I'm doing really good. I go check in with the doctor tomorrow to see how my knee is. Once you are finished with this, several of you have work that you need to finish because I need to get grades posted. Ms. Dudley's given me great reports about you, so keep doing a good job, and hopefully I'll get to see you soon. Thanks.